Good morning. I'm going to do something different for this week's virtual book club. In the publishing world, oracle cards are considered part of publishing, and traditional publishing houses also include oracle cards. And so I'm going to show you Louise Hay's Power Thought cards. One of the reasons why I wanted to feature Louise Hay's cards is because Louise Hay is one of the luminaries in the mind-body world, and especially when it comes to the mind-body publishing world. And it was Louise Hay who created what ultimately is now powerhouse of mind-body publishing, Hay House Publishing Company. These cards I like. I use them in my yoga classes. I have 3 yoga classes today, and I will be using them in all of my classes. I had 3 yoga classes last Sunday, and I use them in my Sunday classes as well. And I am going to just give you an example. So first, hello, journo, blogger, welcome. I'm going to pick a card at random for you, and hopefully this resonates with you. So I'm just kind of shuffling, and then, okay, I'm hoping that this will resonate with you, journal blogger. This is the front, and it says, I see clearly. So it's a simple message on the front, and on the back, it says, I'll read it, but it says, I willingly forgive. I breathe love into my vision, and I see with compassion and understanding. My clear insight is reflected in my other sight. And I just wanted to pause before I pull another card and mention that the card that I pulled for myself the last couple of times was all about forgiveness. And this is not all about forgiveness, but it begins talking about forgiveness. And I first got into the affirmation practice because I followed, and I mentioned this in my book, From the Boxing Ring to the Ashram, I actually mention research studies that validate a type of meditation practice, which is called Sahaja Yoga. And it's all about positive affirmations. And one of the affirmations in Sahaja Yoga is, I forgive everyone, including myself. And I think that is such a powerful affirmation. And again, I used to practice Sahaja every day for about 1.5 years, and I still practice it periodically, but I highly recommend it. And check out my book to see about the research findings and what it says about it. I'm going to pick another one at random. This one's going to be for me because I saw this color blue, and you can't tell, but I'm dressed all in blue today, same color. So this right away, it was like, hey, this reminds me of me. It says, my work is deeply fulfilling. And oh my God, yes. For those of you who don't know me, I worked in the marketing communications corporate world forever, and I had a great time. I loved what I did, but I wasn't feeling fulfilled. And so since 2011, I opened up my 2 businesses, the THE, write, as if you write a book, Counsel, COUNSEL, and the THE, Namaste Counsel, COUNSEL. So the same thing, the Right Counsel and the Namaste Counsel. And basically what I do through both of them is I try to uplift people and communities everywhere through both writing and through my yoga practices. So, cool nerd, I see you just joined, and I know you joined a little late, but I'm pulling oracle cards from Louise Hay, and I'm pulling one for you, and it says, I am beautiful and everybody loves me. That's a cool one. And on the back it says, I radiate acceptance and I am deeply loved by others. Love surrounds me and protects me. And then, not sure how to pronounce it. I don't know if it's Sharon or Zedine, but I'll pull one for you. It says, my thoughts are creative. And on the back it says, I say out to every negative thought that comes to my mind. No person, place, or thing has any power over me. For I am the only thinker in my mind. I create my own reality and everyone in it. And what I like so much about affirmation practices is, if you think about it, it just makes sense. If you, one of the chapters in my books is also all about depression, and depression is widespread. And and I don't mean in any way to minimize depression, but if you just allow yourself to sink deeper and deeper into the depression, it's only going to get worse. If you feed yourself with positive thoughts, it's going to get better. And Mellow to Be, thank you for joining. I'm going to pick an oracle card from Louise Hay for you. This is the front. It says, I am worth loving. And on the back, it says, I do not have to earn love. I am lovable because I exist. Others reflect the love I have for myself. So I wanted to mention that, going back, the card that I pulled for myself was about how I am fulfilled in the work that I do. My work is deeply fulfilling. And one of the reasons why I do this virtual book club is because I try to share uplifting books, or in this case, oracle cards, to more people. And I do want to mention that this week I have been reading a couple of thrillers and some dark mysteries, and I follow and I absorb all types of books. But to share, I really want to share the things that I think are much more uplifting. And that's why I created my virtual book club in March of 2020 during the pandemic, because I wanted to be able to share more positive and uplifting messages. So I am going to pull one more for whomever, and maybe it's for someone you love and care about. I know I'm just thinking someone I love and care about when I pull it. And this is it. It says, I trust my inner wisdom. And on the back, it says, as I go about my daily affairs, I listen to my own guidance. My intuition is always on my side. I trust it to be there at all times. I am safe. And in closing, I just want to say that I believe I was raised, and I'm not saying my mother, my father, I'm saying just in general society, I was raised to be very much a thinker. And I was raised that, you have to validate everything through research findings and through science. And I want to know, and everything was about the brain is the most important thing. And as I evolved with my mind-body knowledge and practice, I understood that what is so important is our heart, and our heart does think. Our heart is the greatest thinker, but too often our mind squashes it. And so that last card to me talks about how let your heart talk and listen to your heart. We all have innate wisdom. That is it for me. For more information, check out, I have 2 web pages, the Right Council and the Namaste Council. Both are .com. And check out my book, From the Boxing Ring to the Ashram, which is all about mind-body tips that you can do in 10 minutes a day to feel better, both physically and emotionally and spiritually. Thanks so much for joining. I hope you have a wonderful day. And again, these are all from Louise Hay, or inspired by Louise Hay. Namaste.